Hello everyone and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite-Sized YouTube channel. I hope you're enjoying my YouTube channel. If you'd like me to talk about anything in particular, then please let me know. And if you've got any comments, pop them in below. I look forward to seeing you soon. Good morning everyone and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite-Sized podcast. How the devil are you? So what are you doing at end of May? First week of June. Are you busy? Because we're going to have in the podcast something special happening. There's going to be daily podcasts for the week, just for that week. But you can go back to them. They're not ones, it's not a challenge that's being taken away. It's not part of anything else. It's for you, the podcast listener. All right. And what we're going to do is it's a competition. I need more reviews, right? We all need reviews. I hope you're asking your clients for reviews. This is something I talk to my Academy members about all the time, is getting more reviews on Google. Okay. So that you've got Google reviews because people trust what other people say. It's about getting more clients in. It's making sure that the clients that you do see share their, reviews, their understanding, their knowledge with their friends. And so there's lots of ways we can encourage that. All right. So at the end of the month, I need reviews on my podcast. I need you to promote my podcast as my podcast listener. So rather than just, say, please do it, which is what I do anyway, what I'm saying is let's do this actively and have a competition. So there's going to be prizes at the end of it. You're going to win it one-to-one with me. And then I'm still getting the results in. People are emailing me and I'd love to hear from you, Geraldine, at mentoringwithgeraldine.biz. What would you like? Because there's going to be two prizes. So one is a one-to-one with me and the other one is either a VIP day or Academy membership is the other prize. Now, because of competition rules in Australia, I can't be bothered doing all of those, and I think it's much better to be open and honest. So there will be a spreadsheet where those people who participate can say where they've reviewed me. So there's two reviews immediately. If you're on Spotify listening to things, you can start listening there and review me. Apple, there's a review, so they're both going to get you points. Sharing on your story will get you a point, or however many points it's decided on, and sharing your reviews and links to the podcast. If you do something more than that, you do a reel of you listening to it, or you post in a group, they'll be worth even more points. And so the more you do something, the more points you get, the more chances or the higher your numbers are to win the prizes. But I just need to know what the other prize is going to be. And so what would you like it to be? So I do need to know. Now on with today. So today, what we're talking about are suppliers and using different suppliers, because what happened with me yesterday is I saw a number of clients yesterday. I had a big busy client day. I saw a couple of mentees as well, but it was mostly clients, and one of those clients is in New Zealand, so not in Australia. Normally I'd use my distributor here and I'd get them to post to New Zealand, but she's very much strapped for cash, and it was a favor to my sister. So now normally I would not do a consult where the person didn't pay me. It was just a favor, that sort of thing. However, this person has a lot of motivation because something's going to happen in a few months' time. So they want to be ready for that thing that's going to happen. I don't want to give away too much because it's going to be very obvious who the person is otherwise. But they're quite strapped for cash. But there is absolute motivation for resolution of this problem. So I know that they can't afford my products, my practitioner products, and I know they can't, and it would take too long for those products as well to arrive possibly from Australia. So what I had to do is choose products at a large retail chain that is also in Australia. So whilst I'm on the consult, here I am looking up that company's website, which is absolutely dreadful. It was all sales. It was horrible. I hate using those sorts of things, but at the end of the day, it had to be done. And we found a number of really good products within the products from that pharmacy chain. So I was able to give her almost what I would have given her here. All right, but it just took me that bit longer to do it in that slightly different way. And then she can go out and buy them herself. But when we use distributors on a regular basis, it's not normally that hard, is it? Because we're in the one country, we've got our distributor, and it's really easy to go, here's your shopping, or here's your prescription, go and buy them. Or if it's maybe a food source, we're like, please go and get organic. And so we're really on for it with our clients. We've figured it out. We're in our own space. But this is outside of my space and something that I wouldn't normally do. I wouldn't normally see this person. She isn't my ideal client. And I wouldn't normally use a pharmacy group. Okay? But I did. I did all of the things I wouldn't normally do. So it took me a bit longer. I did it all in the consult and I got it all in under the hour. It was a 45-minute consult and I managed to get her the products that I needed for her to use. But here, with my distributors here, and I think this is the same for you, I don't think there's any difference between the two of us, is who are you using? What distributors? If you're in Perth, you've got a distributor in Perth and you're a long way from anyone else. So it is harder for you to get the products over, or slower, I should say, not harder, slower for you to get the products over. In South Australia, we've traditionally had exactly the same problem. Whereas the Eastern Seaboard, no problem at all. You get your stuff in 24 hours and you're all on the Facebook pages going, I don't have any problem at all. What's your problem? Or you're on there going, it took 2 days. Is anyone else having problems? And we're like, takes us 4 to 5 anyway. So when we're thinking about our suppliers, we've got to think about the rules around our profession and the rules around other professional groups. And one of those is that we don't use multi-level marketing companies. Okay. And the reason for that is that you might just stick with the one product and there might actually be a better product out there. Now, lots of the POP companies are almost multi-level marketing because of the way they sell, because of, when you go to listen to one of their talks, it's all about their product and selling their product. So it's almost a bit like multi-level marketing. So we do have to be really careful. But when we diversify with our products, rather than relying on that single supplier, we've got a far broader spectrum of products we can use. I mix and match everything. And it does mean that my clients get a cost saving because I'm happy to look at, CoQ10 across all the brands and go, well, these guys are saying theirs is best and these guys are saying theirs is best and these guys are saying theirs is best. But in actual fact, this guy over here has told me they all get their product from the same place. Fish oils is a real one where they're all getting them from the same supplier. And then they're all the big companies going, hey, we've got the best. And it's like, well, these 4 companies are all getting it from the same people, so I can actually go on the cost for my client. So, we reduce by using multiple companies, we get the best for our client. Now, I do have a dispensary because I have my herbal dispensary. And for another client yesterday, I'm having everything delivered here because I need one of the herbs for her, and one of the products isn't available at my normal supplier. So I had to go to another supplier. So I've got everything being delivered to me, and so she's coming to collect from me when she collects her herbs. But I don't think there's actually one brand the same in that box. She's not going to be, I know she hasn't got any problems with looking at all different labels. Some people have everything all beautifully stacked on their shelves, but these are all different, but they're all perfect for her. So by having multiple suppliers, I'm not relying on one person. I'm not relying on one group. Another group, their website was down yesterday. So there were lots of messages, the website's down, I can't do my ordering. And so if we're really relying on the one group, we're slowing up our own practices. So I do rely pretty heavily on the one delivery group. But I've got backups. So if I need them, I have them. So we do, if we're relying on multiple people and we're looking at multiple products. So I tried to buy Ziziphus this morning and it's out of stock at 2 companies, but another company has it. Because I have all of the different companies, I'm able to get it from the one supplier that still has some. So by using these multiple suppliers, I'm reducing my impact on supply problems. I'm reducing my reliance on maybe one set of farming practices or one group that are able to supply something. And, I've got these additional cost savings. Now, with my suppliers, I know that they are working hard to only have quality product on their shelves with my distributors. So I'm looking at that quality as well from those companies and what they're saying. You have to trust. But in Australia, we also have our Austell. So we have this extra level. So I'm trusting my distributor. I'm trusting the companies that are producing something. But I also know that they have jumped through so many hoops with the TGA to get their product on the shelves. It's cost them a lot of money. They get reviewed every few years. It's massive to get that Austell number. So when there's that Austell number, I'm happy to use that product. And that's over a lot of the products. So then we obviously have to know, what is it amino acid chelate that I want? Is it a citrate? What is it that I want for that client, for their problem? So I personally have to know the differences. Whereas my Joe Blogs on the street goes to the supermarket, it's got an Austell on it. They think, hey, that's great. They go to a chemist, it's got an Austell on it. They think, oh, it's more expensive. But that product might be the one that's the amino acid chelate rather than perhaps the single citrate or a dihydrate or whatever it is. So, but we know what's in our product, don't we? And so by looking at all these different companies and knowing what the other companies sell, we're actually able to go, I can mix and match to give my client exactly what they need. Also, when we use distributors and use across the board with all these different companies, there's more innovation. So one of the companies, so I'm going to say them, all right, Araya, they have V4Me. And V4Me is all the vaginal health products. Now, they're really the only distributor that is really thinking about vaginal health. They're all thinking about it, yes, but they're the only one who's currently distributing and putting a lot of effort into that area. They've got, condoms, lubricants, but they've got everything to help our clients who have vaginal issues so we can get all the product from them. So there's a lot of innovation there. I'm going to mention them all now. Oborn, they have a much better spread for, your health food store stuff. So you can be buying gifts for your clients who refer you, for example. You can ship to clients from them the products, where we really have such amazing innovation from the companies that we use. And it means that we've got different ideas, different approaches, because we've got our rep. Our rep, yes, they are dedicated to the products. They are told about a particular product, so they have a greater understanding of a brand because that brand is more dedicated to education of the reps and the company. But it also means that that rep is seeing lots of other natural health practitioners. And so they have a wealth of knowledge of practice, that they can help you with, what products are within their ranges for the clients. They can be, they went to see this practice at this place and the way the person was welcomed in was this, and this. So they were able to see, where the chairs were, how things were set out, and they can share that information. So by using these multiple suppliers and making sure that we know who our rep is for these companies, but not like, the company rep is not God and they are not. And when we go to their lectures, we have to take it all with a grain of salt. There is a lot of evidence that they will be cherry picking the research to promote their products, some of these companies. So we have to be very careful. We have to take everything with a grain of salt and we have to think, is this right for my client? But checking that Austell, making sure we're not using multi-level marketing products, making sure that we're using a variety of products and we're open to using a variety of products means that our clients get what they need and they're going to get the better result, and we're going to get that result faster than if we're just sticking with one thing. Okay, so that was today's Let's Mix and Match Our Distributors. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm going to be there at the end of May listening every day to Geraldine, and we've got a bit of a thing happening, okay? I'm not going to give away too much. You just have to be in it to win it, really. You can start today. If you wanted to do your review today and screenshot your review, then you'll be able to use that in the week. You can post it in the week or you can schedule it for for the last week of May, so you know it's going to happen because you've remembered to do it now. So I hope you join us. It's for you podcast listeners. And of course, I'll be promoting it in other places like Strictly Education and Sport and things like that. And I hope that you're telling people about Strictly Education and Sport and that you're a member as well. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being with me. And I look forward to catching up with you really soon. Cheers. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.